1-yard line. Roethlisberger handing it off. This is Connor. He is in for a Steelers touchdown. It is Smith-Schuster who makes the catch.
What a catch.
Finds McDonald, and he takes it in for a Steelers touchdown.
Steel Studio, hey.
Steel Studio Podcast.
Steelers 3-0.
3-0, man. The luck of the Irish. I'm going to say that every time I win. I like your glove.
That's not my glove. I've been working out. I got a tattoo.
Just
too.
in the hand? What have you been doing?
Okay, we just lost 15 viewers. Hey, man. Hey, we got to win, and it's fall.
It is fall. I'm kind of excited about that, actually, this year.
Yeah?
Summer's been a little sad.
It's been a crazy year, man. It's good to see sports back.
Yeah.
Even without fans, you know. Of course, today the news came out about the Titans testing positive, supposedly, but
For HIV? With a what? COVID? Oh, that COVID thing again?
the bullheaded clap, actually. But they call it COVID. So
Oh, okay. So what happened? Was someone at a party or something and they weren't?
they don't know. That's the thing. It's weird. They test them Saturday and then they test them Monday and they have it. And so apparently they're going to be on schedule. And the NFL says they're going to play on schedule. I don't know. I guess the Titans won't practice all week. So we'll talk about that game. But let's talk about – that's what they said.
I want to preface. We're saying this right now on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Okay, so anyone's seeing this Thursday or Friday, we don't know what's going to change, obviously, by then.
Right.
As of right now, we're on schedule.
On schedule.
At this point in time.
Titans are going to practice at home, and we're going to practice as a team. So we'll talk about that. But, hey, the mighty Texans, we took them down. What do you think?
I know we got to talk about the other game in another episode, but did you just say they're going to practice at home?
Well,
What are they doing,
they're going to
yoga in their
practice
backyard?
virtually.
What? Are you serious?
That's what I read.
All right. That changes my prediction. But anyways, we'll get into that in the next episode this week. Houston Texans, baby. We're 3-0.
3-0.
I'm glad we both predicted it. Everyone said we were homers.
And we should have won by 14. Why are you taking a knee, man?
2 weeks in a row.
That's what we do. I don't think it really matters for points or anything like that. So, I don't know. But overall, we watched the game. We were a little frustrated for most of it till the end.
Yeah, there were a few things that kept the same. It's the same common patterns. Obviously, we didn't do gun the whole game, so we were happy about that. But
Right.
I was just happy. I mean, at halftime, they kept saying Bill O'Brien's 37-3 when he's winning at halftime. Oh, the Steelers are done. Everyone's saying the Steelers are done. And now, guess what? Bill O'Brien's 37-4, motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, we started off. We have 21 straight games now without an opening drive touchdown.
That's bad.
And it continues.
It's more than a year, obviously.
Because we run a 3rd and 1 with Jalen Samuels. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, no, I mean, when the other backs were averaging almost 7 yards a carry, we went to Jalen Samuels on 3rd and 1.
I like Jalen Samuels. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I don't know, man. I mean, he did have the one big game against New England when he
2 years ago.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's good for running out in space and catching the pass and stuff.
Yeah,
but
he can pick up blocks, but
yeah, that
he's not our feature back. So why did we do that?
I don't know. But Connor had a heck of a game.
He did. I got to take back some of my words. I've been harsh on him, and I'll swallow my pride. He proved me wrong.
Me too. 3 weeks in a row, we've had a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
What's the stat? Are we the only team?
We're the only team, yes. We have 139.7 rushing yards a game and 4.7 yards per carry.
That's so high.
That's great, man. Yeah. We didn't expect that. But like you said, when Ben comes back and we can throw the ball, they won't be able to stack the line and we can run again.
Can't have 8 people in the box. Yep.
It's exactly what's happened.
And we should keep running, though. I mean, like with this game, we saw when we controlled the clock in the second half. I mean, the Texans had 10 drives total. We had 11 drives total, but we controlled the clock almost the entire second half.
They only had 17 offensive snaps in the second half.
That's what shut them down.
I mean, Deshaun Watson, I think, played great. The guy's got a heck of an arm. But the best defense against him is to keep him off the field. And that's what we did.
You got to keep running the ball.
Yeah.
And when they're giving you 6-7 yards, Connor averaged 6.1.
Wow.
McFarland averaged 7 yards a carry. Just keep running it. Just keep running.
Wow.
Screw him.
Yeah, we only had 2 penalties in the game for 18 yards too.
Yeah, if anything, the penalty should have gone the other way a lot.
There was a lot, and we were going to actually contextualize this, but we didn't do it.
I went back and I watched it today.
Yeah.
And I counted, and I may have missed a few, but I counted 16 missed holding calls.
On them?
On them. 2 missed hands to the face, 2 missed major pass interference calls. I'm not including anything that was small as shoving. Roby's was a huge one with him holding Claypool's arm down. And then 3 missed face pass calls, and then 2 terrible spots, including the one that we challenged and lost. I was going to make a video, but then I'm like, man, it takes too much time, and nobody wants to see me bitch.
And what's it going to do anyway?
Yeah, it's over, and the game's over, and it's just me bitching.
We would have lost, we could do it.
Yeah.
But, the holding calls are really getting old. They're throwing T.J. Watt to the ground.
Literally
throwing him, and you cannot do that.
The guy.
And you know what? I think he just finally said enough.
At the end?
And we changed some things in the second half. We changed some of our coverages and our blitzing schemes. And I give, as much as we complain about Fietner and Butler and Tomlin, this was a better game for them.
Something happened in the second half, though, at halftime. I mean, because before that, the
Did
defense was arguing.
Something?
Yeah, maybe. The defense was arguing with each other. I mean, you could literally see there was confusion in the first half on our defense. And, I mean, people have said it before, maybe our defensive playbook is too complicated. But then in the second half, we shut them down. I mean, even passing, we just shut them down.
Yeah, I was concerned in the first half with our pass defense.
He had 202 yards in the first half and only like 40 in the second.
Right. Nelson and Hayden, and mostly Nelson, just struggling.
Yeah, there had to be a special weird coverage or something. We didn't want to. We
were playing more zone, I know, because we were worried about him running.
Right.
And what he was doing is he wasn't running; he was going in the lane and throwing off of it.
Just holding onto the ball longer. Yeah.
Right, which he's really good at.
He's just a good athlete. I mean, that's what
I wouldn't mind having him actually if Ben wasn't there. I think he could be good if he's on the right team.
Good guy, good attitude, positive.
Yeah, he's a lot better than Lamar Jackson.
Well, that's what I was going to say. He's good prep for Lamar. It's good that we got that out of the way. It's Lamar just lost last night.
They lost, if you made it.
That's what we were saying. You can't run the ball like that forever, man.
No.
93 pass yards. The Chiefs don't have that good of a defense.
My grandma had 96 back in 82.
Last week.
But, yeah, it was the offensive line played great. I think Chuk's really doing a nice job, man.
Shut JJ down. JJ didn't have even a touch.
And you know that he's only had a couple games since 2012, 2 games where he never had at least a hit on the quarterback. And this was on the third.
So he didn't have even a touch.
No,
nothing. And that's with our second string tackle.
Yeah, and I think actually he should have been.
He should have been first. He's playing great.
He's better than Banner.
I agree.
I think by now we would have had to switch. I like Banner, but I think Chuk looks better so far.
I agree.
And DeCastro back was huge. The guards were pulling, pen and pull, both of them. So
that's also huge because last year we couldn't do that with Foster because his big slow ass.
Filer
could only pull one way.
Filer had a whiff and Ben got nailed, which we can't have that, man.
But
how about Ben's accuracy? Are you worried about his deep ball?
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, it
seems like he's stronger than he thinks.
Claypool last week with that deep ball, and maybe he was just overthinking it this game. Maybe he didn't warm up long enough. There's so many variables.
Yeah, I think he's changed his throwing motion, and maybe that has something to do with the timing.
What is he trying to not put as much strain on his
feet?
arm?
It's with his feet. Yeah, and his arm differently, so it won't be the same. So I know that's part of it, and he'll get.
I know he always used to throw off the back of his feet, which they say is a bad problem.
Right.
And maybe is he throwing more forward now, but that'll cause more strength.
It was something with the motion not being as much of a sidearm motion, I think. Kind of like the Bernie Kosar thing. Bernie actually had to do the same thing when we met with Bernie that time. He at our scholarship dinner that we run. he talked about how he couldn't throw sidearm anymore, and he changed his throwing motion. So Bernie's not Ben, but Bernie's a good guy.
Bernie's a good guy, but he said Ben's not going to be a future Hall of Famer.
Well, he did get hit in the head a lot.
But he is a good guy.
Sorry, Bernie. So our defense, first of all, one more thing with our offense, our 25-game turnover in every game streak ended. Finally,
yeah.
And that's crazy, man. That's a lot. That's a long time.
Especially when this week, you can't have that against the Titans because they have...
No.
We'll talk about that more again too, but
but we couldn't have it in this game. It was close. It was a close game, man. Until
they're a good team, better than I thought.
Their defense isn't as good as last year, but they had some guys back that they didn't have in the first 2 games, and I think they, I don't think they're bad. They're definitely not 0-3.
It's not fair they played the 3 best teams in the league to start.
Right. We think that too, and we've said it.
Aside, maybe the Seahawks could be better than one of the other teams, but.
So, what do you think about the Ben challenge? You brought that up. I thought that was a first down.
And him diving?
Yeah,
I did too, and so did the announcers, and so did Gene Statutory. So
right, I don't understand what. Well, we went for it on 4th there and got it, which was huge, which was ballsy but huge. Changed the whole game.
But that's what winning teams do, because if we played it too conservatively and play not to lose, we wouldn't do that.
Right.
But we were playing to freaking win, and that's what we've been saying. Play to win, and they did, and
and
when
they
won.
And the further you go along, when you're 6-0, 7-0,
then you have
6-2,
room.
you can take chances like that.
Yeah.
Like the playoffs, I'm scared to death, but
But you have
you
room
still
to
got
play
to play
around.
it that way if you're going to win it. You got a quarterback like Ben. Big difference, man. You can see the difference from last year.
It's just good to be back on top of the North.
It is. Kings of the North. Eric Ebron, Vance McDonald.
Eric Ebron was our leading receiver this game.
I heard on this podcast that I listen to all the time.
Not this podcast.
Terrible.
A podcast.
Terrible podcast.
The terrible podcast.
Ebron wasn't going to be anything. He was going to probably
said.
Get maybe 3 catches for 20 yards and maybe a touchdown.
For the whole year?
The most. His biggest stat line. And we would never see Vance McDonald and Ebron on the field, and they certainly wouldn't block. Well, I saw all 3 of those things. I love you guys, but you're wrong. That's part of the reason I want to start doing this podcast.
They're smart guys, but they're wrong all the time with that shit.
We don't know better than the Steelers. We don't know better than...
They're professionals, man. We're amateurs.
But, it's just like them saying UG3 was going to start. The guy can't even get off the...
He's not even dressing on the field.
Just as you and I, we haven't seen anything to lead us to believe that.
No.
But...
anyway,
Ebron, big addition, man.
Huge, and he had a great attitude.
And he still
again. And McDonald had a good attitude too.
Probably doesn't even know our offense.
So combined, we had 8 receptions by tight ends, 35 yards for McDonald, and 52 yards for Ebron, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I like to see both of them in there. I like to see both of them catching passes.
It's good that we
don't think we had a tight end last year. The only tight end was Ben's wife, and she wasn't around. Did you see her on that show?
What, Bigger Than Ben? And we're going to make a new one called I'm Bigger Than Ben.
And we'll send it to her.
Anyways. No, you're right, though. They said those guys weren't going to be in there together, and they said we were never going to play I formation.
Right.
And we've been bitching about that for 3 weeks, and then we finally did it, and we dominated with it, by the way.
And
maybe we were hiding that card.
Watt got to play, and now he's hurt, so I heard it maybe 3 weeks, so...
that sucks.
Yeah, everybody's saying we should sign Roosevelt next, but I don't see it happening. He's not. We're not bringing him back.
No.
He obviously not the same. It's why he got cut in Indy.
I liked him when he was here. I went to Kent State. I liked him.
I think we will just go without the fullback, and if we do, we'll put McDonald in there, fullback.
Yeah. In the next 3 weeks, aside from the Titans game, we have the Eagles and the Browns, right? So what's that important? We can be fine without a fullback there, and if we lose this one, we're still fine. We have that
right, and
now.
we can play with one hand behind our back and still beat the Browns. Sorry,
they're gonna be so pissed you said that.
So on defense, we have amazing 60 games in a row with at least 1 sack, and the record is 68. That's right. In history of the NFL, man.
And we can do it. This could be the best defense in the NFL history.
Yeah,
which is crazy because our past defense just two years ago sucked. But his stats been going on since 2016.
And we are number 1 run defense.
Not shocked.
What else could we? I thought that would be. It's all I heard about was Hargrave leaving, and I thought maybe that would be our weakness, but
no.
Lulu's playing out.
We're moving so we are very fluid up there, which I love. Mm-hmm. We're not lining up the same
Tuitt
three constantly.
showed up, big sack, man.
Finally, some movement out of him.
Yeah, Oh, and we have another stat. I did some homework this time.
These are good stats.
31 hits on the quarterback already in 3 games and 20 or 15 sacks. There's some teams that only get 18 sacks a season.
In a year.
We got 15 already. We're on pace for 80.
Is that going to be a record if that
Well,
happened?
yeah. We had a record last year, I think, over 50. So I don't think we'll have 80, but It's crazy.
Could hit 60.
Yeah, 60 be great. Be great. And it doesn't seem like we're getting as many turnovers as we did last year on defense. We had
a lot of
30
picks.
something. And there's been some tip balls. We just haven't been in the right spot.
Gotta be close
It's luck.
to it,
A lot of it. Maybe we'll get those later in the season.
Which could be important. I mean, I'd rather
And
get
you know
those
what?
against
When the
Baltimore
weather
than
gets a
other
little
teams.
worse, things do slow down a little bit, and I think that helps us, our defense.
Yeah.
It's hard to slow offenses down completely this day.
Especially in the
and age.
beginning when they're healthy and they're fresh.
Right.
Let them get a couple hits for a couple months. Things change.
That's true.
People,
And
their
teams
season, they give
They're
up.
1-7. Yeah, they're not going to take a hit
That
from
dude's not
TJ
going to
Watt.
dive for the ball. He's going to say, fuck this, I'm coming back next year.
Right, you're right.
The whole game changes as time goes on. That's why we're a December team. We're not a September team. Which
That's
is good
true.
we're 3-0 because it gives us time.
Last time Thailand said we were going to unleash hell in December, I think we lost 3 out of 4 or something. But I think this is fun, man. This is fun again.
What was the
Finally.
thing I sent you? I'm trying to think when nothing happens. It's Tomlin. He's just sitting there on the
Three
sideline,
Stooges.
dead face, just like nothing.
Wow.
As far as this game went, man, the stat that I liked is we had 25 first downs to their 13. And
Wow.
that's a lot.
Wow.
They got half. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For a game that shouldn't have
We
been
did give up
close.
a couple easy touchdowns again, though. But explosive plays. Brandon Cooks. Hilton played great, but he has trouble with those speedy guys like that.
He does. But he's our leading tackler. Again, 2 weeks in a row.
And he had an interception, a huge interception.
That was very huge.
Sorry, I picked my ear, but he did.
Well, you only said that only our YouTube viewers would have known that, but all of our other
Oh,
ones
yeah,
wouldn't have
I
known
forget that we're on other. Yeah.
We ran 76 plays to Houston's 47.
Wow,
That's huge.
that is huge.
They had almost no yardage in the second half. 48 yards total, I think. We have, in 3 weeks, we've shut down 3 good backs. We shut down Saquon Barkley, we shut down Melvin Gordon, and we shut down David Johnson.
And people forget that.
Those are 3 really good backs, and we'll probably do it to Derrick Henry.
I hope so.
He doesn't actually he gets 100 yards a game normally, but he
Carries a
averages
lot.
like 3 yards a carry.
Yeah. So, but we're in a good spot. We're healthy. We're staying healthy. You'll have these minor, couple week injuries. You'll have that. Deontay Johnson got a concussion.
Think he's gonna be back?
I do, but damn it, I didn't start him on my fantasy last week, and I missed out. I started him this week, and look what happens.
Did you?
You know what I hate? Fantasy football's like going to the titty bar.
What do you mean, like a tease?
Yeah, I had almost 200 points, and I played the one guy I would have won in every other team I played, but I lost to him. He had 202. It's like, wow, does this happen?
Thanks a lot, Deontay Johnson. Pussy.
It's
Last
going
year he
to the
was bleeding
strip
out of his
club.
ears when he got hit. Why didn't he do that?
You go to the strip club, and you got all these hot chicks, and the one that comes and dances for me is the big fat one.
I've never been to one.
I haven't either.
The ones around here, we're in the middle of nowhere. The ones around here, get some backwoods dude dancing on you.
Yeah, a lot of times never mind. You can't tell if they're a man or a woman, or if they're all over 60. So, but it's only $5.
What's the golden oldies?
Anyway, it's off subject.
man.
We'll probably get kicked off YouTube. YouTube, you know what? You can kiss our ass. You keep taking away views from us. I don't understand it.
I've emailed their support. I get
Maybe it's because
nothing
we
back.
say the F word. I don't know. But we're just real.
You know what, though? I will say thanks to our listeners on Spotify. You are our number one source of views right now. We have a couple thousand views on there.
Yeah.
And a lot of support on there. And I guess we weren't given enough acknowledgement. But screw YouTube, man. I mean, what the hell?
I'm going to start my own channel called Fallopian Tube.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Anyway, people like to watch us, though, like our relatives and stuff. So we do both. We do,
Right.
Back to the Steelers, though. Man, I just wish we had fans, too. I'm so sick of that.
Especially
Get the damn fans in
wasting
the stands. They'll be fine.
It rhymed. Wasting home games, man. That sucks, too.
You said that about 3. This is such a wasted home game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun watching, but
But the Steelers' home games are Steelers. Like, you feel that presence.
yeah.
And, it's
And
like,
Rooney did come out and say yesterday that he wants 1/3 of the fans. So I don't know how many there
Pennsylvania's
going to
fight it because this COVID bullshit. They play into the politics.
Governor Wolf is like prude, old woman. He won't give in. Anyway, pretty much that's, it was a great game. It was fun.
Yeah.
And, somebody said to me, well, at least, like it was a Browns fan actually said, well, at least our team, we beat somebody that had a win.
Houston is so much better than Washington. You can't. Washington is first in their division, though. Isn't that pathetic?
Oh, my gosh.
NFC East is terrible.
The Washington who?
Exactly.
Wow.
But you can't say that. Come on. We're going to beat the shit out of them when we play them, I think. Come on. Houston is way better than... They played the three best teams, the three of the top four best teams.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Come
These
on.
people try to get under your skin, man. Try to get... just like the Texans fan I saw on Twitter, he said, well, Steelers... all the Texans needed to do to get their pass offense going was play the Steelers. And I'm like, I'm going to go back and say something.
Come back in the second half. Go back and look at those stats in the second half, idiot.
Twitter is just
It's toxic. And they'll
like
just
a
say
little bunch of little pussies and bullies that want to fight.
They don't have
but
any...
then you
they're
go
not
to meet
tough
them in
real
person, they
life.
won't show up.
Computer tough. Man, I don't know. It's not even worth it. You know what I heard from a Browns fan, though? Not to talk too much of Browns, but they said that at least they have a division win. They're 1-0 in the division.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because you beat the fucking Bengals. Barely beat the Bengals, who have literally no defense. I'm pretty sure our local high school football team could score against the Bengals, man.
Yeah.
They have no defense. They have okay, obviously not, but they have no defense, man.
Cloverleaf could score against them. I'm not sure about somebody else right now.
Aside from the, yeah.
But no,
So,
it's good to be on top. That's all I can say. I don't even know what to say.
We're winning. You know who was really underwhelming was Minka.
Yeah, what's his
he
deal?
doing?
Is he?
Is he hurt? He could be hurt and just not saying anything.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to move him around more and it's not working. I don't know. But he's not blowing
really
coverages.
Close in a lot of it. Like he's 8 yards off the ball a lot of times, and it's like, man, there's
It
nowhere
seems like
to
he's
go.
out of position.
Maybe that's just
Somebody
where he's
needs to ask Keith Butler that when they have the coordinator thing they do during the week. But they don't ask him. They ask him, "Oh, what'd you have for dinner, Keith? Do you think we're going to get a sack next week?" They won't ask him what's going on with Minka.
What's that guy's? Hey, Mike, what's your question for Coach? Yeah. What's that Mike guy's last name? The guy who's on TV who talks like this. Yeah, Coach Butler. And he doesn't ask him anything.
How's your wife?
What are your thoughts on Missy Matthews?
Oh God, the mole. So we had emails.
We did. We had one from Bob Smith, who you work with. It's his second time emailing in. Thanks, Bob. And I mean, we really appreciate that because, we asked for it, and someone did. So thank you.
I did get grief from a listener about Trubisky.
Well, we should stop playing into him? Well, he just
No,
got
we should
benched.
stop. We
He's
should
old.
stop. I know, and that's what
Not
happens.
even going to
man.
mention
Don't
him
even
anymore
say it.
now. I mean, are they just defensive of him because he's from the Cleveland area?
Yeah, I think so. But he did play well the first 2 weeks, but not this week apparently.
Yeah, I mean, and they
So
said
sorry,
Foles is the
Jameson.
starter going forward. But you know what? I like the guy. And I think he'll be in the NFL for a long time, at least second string. I mean, he'd be a good
Right.
backup.
Oh, great backup.
Or he could go to another team and just have a different
That's
chemistry
true
and succeed.
too.
I mean,
He's a great kid.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
smart.
kind of guy I could see the Steelers signing.
I don't know. I'd rather draft somebody. I'd rather get Trevor Lawrence, man. But that's not going to happen.
Or maybe the Browns will when Baker tanks. Oh, sorry.
I hope that Baker does great for the next few games. Not against us, but the other ones, because I want them to sign a long-term deal with him and waste all this.
Browns actually, I know we talk about them a lot because they're our local team. But they actually, they're doing what they're supposed to do. So, I'm not going to diss them yet. I know you hate them, but those running backs are good.
I actually hate the Ravens more, but there's nobody that talks about the Ravens.
So what did Bob's email say? Sorry, Bob.
He said, hey, Rick and Mike, first of all, love the show.
Oh,
and
thanks, Bob.
your guests' insights on the Steelers. So that's a shout out to Chad. Chad's pretty good. I would like to hear your opinions / answers on a few questions. I know you kind of asked this one already, but number one is, if Big Ben continues to have trouble completing the long ball, at what point do you think the Steelers start going heavy on the run to possibly free up to a more probable 15 to 20-yard pass?
No. I don't see that. Unless his arm's hurt.
I
mean, yeah, you always want to ground and pound more.
Right. I mean, I'm run football.
Yeah. But we still got to throw it long. Even if he don't complete it, it still opens up the defense.
Yeah, because otherwise we're going to go right back
He'll
to where
get
we
it
were last
right.
year.
I really believe that. If he continues to struggle, maybe we won't keep going to it. But once you take that away, they're just going to put.
You know, we opened it
guys
up
in a
last
box.
week though, and you know we were saying this when we watched the game, and the week before against the Broncos, our average pass yard or pass completion was like 5 yards, and this week
Right.
it was like 14.
Well,
because you can't do the dunks against Houston.
Right.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I mean we can adjust.
Right.
And it was fine.
That's true.
His next question: if the Steelers go into the Browns game undefeated, I believe it's a must-win just to keep the Browns thinking they're still the Cleveland Clowns. What are your thoughts?
Wow. I agree. We cannot lose to them ever.
Bob, you're awesome, man. No, we can't. No.
No, we just can't.
I mean,
They're not in our lifetime. Maybe when I'm
but
dead.
you know what? If we're undefeated, I don't give a shit. You know what? And if we go on to keep winning and we lose to the
And that
Cleveland
was
Browns
yeah,
and we
that
win the
happened
Super Bowl,
before.
you think I give a shit about the Cleveland Browns?
Right, that's
Yeah.
true.
But I do like winning. I like
Right.
to steamroll them and then not say
I'm a little
word.
nervous. I don't want to be undefeated or anything like that. That just puts more pressure on you.
It does, but I mean, we're
Like to
just
lose a
playing like a
couple.
good team. We're just playing like a good team.
But anything else, Bob, say? Is that it?
One more. Why does the national media not acknowledge the Steelers front office for not putting up with AB's and Bell's theatrics?
That's a good point. All they do is they talk about that we let them go like they were all. I mean, we let them go because they wanted more money or something. But that's
Those people were nuts.
true. They don't. We did put up with them for a while, but more than most teams would have. But
In general, the media treats the Steelers terribly.
right,
And
always
it's
underrated.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, always making the wrong decisions.
I mean, we're the best team in the history of the world. So why don't they give us
tied
credit
with the
for
Patriots now, thanks to fucking Tom
that? Yeah,
Brady.
but no, we still have.
We have more visits to the Super Bowl.
Right. I think our record overall is better
That's good.
since 1970, anyway.
That's all he said. He said, "Keep up the great work, guys. Sincerely." And he said, "Hashtag I ain't no suspect." I'm assuming that's something you may know. I don't know what that means.
Not Sam.
Okay.
Not Sam.
Well, one love to you, Bob. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. All right, well,
That's all we got for this.
that's all we
episode.
got, guys. Hey, another
No, wait,
win.
wait. We actually got a few more things. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We forgot the Hall of Honor announcement.
Hall of Honor.
Holy shit, we almost forgot.
Oh, wow.
Troy Polamalu, James Ferrier, Greg Lloyd, Mike Wagner,
Oh.
Dwight White.
Dwight White.
So congratulations to all of them. All fantastic people.
Wow.
I know-
Well,
Go ahead.
we'll have to go through that more in another episode. Maybe the bye week or something. We can talk about each one of them.
Yeah, it's good to see Troy acknowledge the Steelers again. He said he was gonna in preseason time frame. He said he may never go back to Pittsburgh, and now he said he's happier to go back to Pittsburgh.
Oh,
It must have been
great.
some conversation that they had,
Right.
and then this happening. It seems better.
Get your ass back here, boy.
Yeah, we love you, man. And then we got a historical player profile.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I'm in a rush to get this over. I'm sorry.
I was too. But this one's it's a smaller one because he's a more recent player. It's Aaron Smith, but very underrated player. He
Great player.
used to be one of my favorite players as a kid, and I loved the way he wore his helmet and kind of like up more, so he looked kind of dopey. But then he was just a big motherfucker and just held people down. I mean, he played from '99 to 2011, became a starter in 2000, and with him, we ranked the top three, and him and obviously a few others, we ranked the top three run defense 9 times within 9 years, 2001 to 2010. And he had at least 2 sacks a game
Wow.
every year from 2000 to 2009, and is on the Steelers all-time list with, I forgot the number, a ton in his career. But he ranked 33 all-time in the list of Steelers players in
Right.
general. So, very underrated player, but a very good player.
Yeah. Big white guy.
I don't know what that matters. He was just a
He's
big
pretty
dude.
fly for a white
I just
guy.
love the way he wore his helmet because he looked so dopey. I mean, he was
Yeah.
like up weird.
I
He
remember
kicked
him. He
ass.
was a good guy. Never in trouble, never a problem.
Silent but deadly.
You know, he fit into that scheme. You know, just a little smaller as a DN, but he.
To be
Set
in
the
the
edge
top 3 run defense
Oh yeah.
9 years in a row.
That's
I mean,
incredible.
that is incredible.
Yeah, he was incredible. Those were some good years.
Yeah, 2 Super Bowls. we won
Yeah,
in that time frame.
crazy. We got to get back, man. Enough of this waiting around.
This year.
It's time.
This year.
Well, hey, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be talking about victories and We'll see you guys. Our next episode, we'll be previewing here in a couple days the Titans.
That's right.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. 3-0, baby.
3-0.